Good
Evet.
morning and welcome, everyone. Today is the final day of the second Green Development Summit, and we are opening with our fifth session, sectors in the face of the climate crisis, responsibility, transformation, and resilience. My name is Cantekin Öztürk. I am a master's student in lifelong learning, sustainability, and work at Jönköping University in Sweden. This morning, we'll be hear from six speakers spanning government, industry, academia, and civil society. On the table, green industrial transformation, Turkey's economic label system, the future of plastics in a circular economy, industrial emissions, NGO engagement in COP processes, global warming solutions, and the science of bioplastic form waste. Six perspectives, one question. Transformation from who, with whom, and how. Let's begin. And I want to introduce you my moderator assistant, Buse Yüce. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Buse Yüce. I'm 21 years old and studying business administration in Yeditepe University. Thank you and welcome for joining us today. That's it.
Okay, let's begin. Our first speaker is an environmental engineer and auditor from Ministry of Environment and Climate Change. He will address green transformation in industry and Turkey's eco label system. Please welcome Orhan Cem SAVAŞ.
Thank you. Thanks so much, dear Cantekin. Good morning, everyone. Have a nice Sunday morning. I'm pleasure all the team, especially Mrs. Neda Tuna. We has gathered each of us together for implementation COP31 for everything sustainable and climate change issues. Thank you so much. I'm attending on behalf of Environment, Climate Change, Urbanization and Climate Change Ministry, in Environmental Impact Assessments Permission General Directorate in Environment Label System branch. I'm expert for nearly 14 years at the ministry. I'm managing all the negotiations on eco-label system in all of the world, especially eco-label and all the international level. Thank you so much again to Neda Tuna or all of the team and Cantekin. Is it permission to host my presentation in there? Sharing here?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah, thank you, and continue. Yes, in this level, yeah. It is my presentation. I mentioned all the details about eco-label systems. When we approach the COP31, I will say something no longer all the targets, but also the other implementation is important. Eco-label systems are the sustainable tools. These are not only the sustainable tools, but also is climate change mitigation instruments nowadays, especially. I want to, in this presentation, the last day of the session, the first speech in there, eco design and eco labels to green transition in the industry. As Cantekin mentioned about the bioplastics, all of the system, as durability, repairability, repair to right, all of the things, and in relations of eco labels, this is all of the life cycle duration. Yeah, as you know, the European Green Deal has published in 2019 before pandemic. And we had an awareness all of the world when the industries, transportation had closed. We have an awareness all of the environmental sustainability, the awakening of the nature. It implemented all of the climate change, all of the thematic issues. In eco-label systems, it has founded in 1970s in Germany. Yeah, I'm starting in there. What is environmental labels and eco labels? Especially, I want to mention about eco label systems. In Turkish environment label system isn't our Turkey's national eco label systems. Eco label systems are instruments for us in terms of sustainable production and consumption practices, which limited the product or services all of the life cycle duration, especially its hotspots environments limits. Because, for example, a textile, which is my wearing my shirts, is different from ceramic tiles or natural stones or detergents or bed mattresses and furniture, because all of the hotspot environmental effects are different. We use in there life cycle assessment approach systems. We are modeling international standardization level, international standard organization ISO 14024 type 1 eco label systems in Turkish environment label systems too. Environmental labels are environment and climate friendly, do not contain harmful effects on human health, use recyclable packaging, especially of focus on bioplastics and the others, produce accordance with circular economy and zero waste principles. Uh, as the summarize in the ŞAHİN benefits it provides. I will explain them. Environment private products, less environment impact. Information about the environmental characteristics their products, branding, increased demand for companies especially. Guidance, purchasing decisions, development of environmental awareness, and effective and easy use tool, securing public support, environment protection activities. In there, it is which I mentioned about just a moment ago. The 14,024 type of eco-label system verification in the case promotes branding awareness. It is most important things because eco-labels are valid all over the world. International trade system, sustainable and sustainable supply and value chain system. It is climate friendly and low carbon. All of the world historical process the ecolabels. First is Blue Angel, first Germany in 1970s, as I said. The other Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland, is all of the consensus of Nordic one. Both of these are the most prestigious ecolabel systems in the world. After then, EU ecolabel systems is the European Union closed system. It is prestigious things. And in 1994, it was funded Global Ecolabelic Network, which is named the abbreviation GEN. And we have founded in 1918 in Turkey. As I mentioned, voluntary basis, life cycle impacts must be assessed in terms of all of the life cycle duration. It is on the presentation page. You see all of the ecolabel systems in the world: Germany, Canada, Thailand, Japan, ecolabel, Green Seal in the United States, New Zealand, Australia. It is all of the GEN's consensus. Our regulation had published in 2018 for environmental labeling regulation in official Gazette number, as you see in there. Our Turkish environment label system. It's our logo. Every national, international eco-label systems like our logo. They like that since it is like for 50 years. It seems like fine. I think so. Yeah. With the Turkish environmental label systems, a scientific basis provided criteria to our life cycle analyze, market-based system opinions, the taking sector opinions account when developing criteria with climate-friendly low carbon contains in criteria, especially at focus. And it is a inclusive system which has been adapted to gather NGOs about the sector, the product level. For example, textile, we had met all of the ITKIP our national textile chamber of Istanbul, especially, and the other, for example, furniture. The other NGOs we have met all the meetings online and physical together. We have researched for delved all the detailed studies like Chamber of Commerce, professional organizations, sector representatives, and universities. Especially academician support is important in there. This is all basic principles of energy efficiency, reduce impact of climate change, compliance circular economy, in the other cutting edge, protecting biodiversity, the other ESG, social rights, transparency in environments, restricting the use of hazardous chemicals. It contains also all of the pillars. It is directly related with the SDG Sustainable Development Goals, 12 things: responsible production and consumption. Especially we related with the UNEP's responsible consumption productions and consensus, One Planet Network. Every year, at least 3 times, we have a meeting in the year for what is the innovations, the global system with climate-friendly, low carbon, sustainable supply chain. As you saw, this is the low carbon footprint, sustainable consumption, cleaner production. As you know, the Green Deal has published in 2019. It is all of the pillars. For example, carbon border adjustment mechanism, the other things, biodiversity, the other ETS for Turkish Republic. We are directly related with the eco design regulation. This is about to publish. It is the level of the phase of the readiness in 2027, the last quarter. It will be start, especially battery, textiles, and iron steel product group. It's directly related with the eco label system, because in the regulation, eco design regulation, it mentioned about all of the eco, but not also the eco label systems, but the other, it is related with, but also the national and regional eco-label, type 1 eco-label systems. It focuses in there. It attributes. It is for Turkish environment label system is prestigious in there, because I will mention just a second later. It is the rate of the increase in the eco-label systems, the consumers' preference in the Europe, 1992 to 2010, especially they prefer the for consumers who which is directly related to the consumers B2B. Face to face, maybe, I think so. Especially for detergents, oil, indoor cleaning products, surface cleaners, detergents is important. For example, lubricants. For example, men use for men and women use their car and exchange the lubricants. This is important. They think that it should be environment friendly and climate friendly sometimes. European Green Deal I mentioned. I'm passing the presentations quickly. This is about all of the origins for the systems, especially climate change and eco labels. We are full member of GEN, which I mentioned about the start of the beginning of my presentation. GEN is which supports United Nations environment programs, especially the system consensus, all of the prestigious national and international eco-label systems, which includes, as I mentioned, Blue Angel, Nordic Swans, Green Seal, Ecolabel, EU Ecolabel, Japanese Ecomarks, Canada and North American countries, United States, Ecologo, Green Seal. We have full member of all of the world. It contains especially 36 eco-label systems all over the world. It's a consensus all of the prestigious eco-label systems. We are full member to Turkish environment label system. We are proud of this. It promotes our label system in the international area. to develop and promote supply and value chain on sustainable and climate-friendly level in there. This is our certificate in 2022 October, Genesis certificate, full member of Global Ecological Network. As mentioned, it was founded in 1994, all of the environment through ecological green product services. It's all, and especially we have a good relations in this NGO consensus, and we have assigned in last October 2025 in Uzbekistan, Tashkent, to an MRA with Singapore to promote sustainable value and supply chain to enter to Asian market. As you know, our international trade rate is China and the other Malaysia, for example, important. It is the first step for Asian market to promote sustainable supply chain. Our product groups, especially the exportation rates, which are imported in Turkey for Turkish environmental label criteria, textiles, ceramic tiles, tissue paper, glass products, lubricants, bed mattresses, furniture, bathroom fixtures, as you know, I mentioned before, why is global cooperation important? To elevate Turkish environmental label system to international level, to learn environmental labeling system operates internationally, and to include our systems climate change combat instruments. Nowadays, as I mentioned, eco-design regulation, it is important a milestone to an instrument to European Union system, digital system. Eco-design based on the eco-label systems life cycle approach. It is eco-design requirements. It describes this eco-design requirements, and in the regulation told to us that the eco-label systems is validated in this area because they are more excellent system, more limited from the eco-design requirements. The effects climate change become increasingly apparent. It will be for internal market ensure greater transparency information production process. As you see the visuals in there, for digital product passports will be new exportation trade milestone in there, like CBAM, because when you don't provide the eco-design requirements, you cannot purchase your goods in European Union in the future all over the world. For example, on the CBAM, you will pay your tax and you can purchase all of the things. Sell all of the things, but you cannot in the DPP system harmonize the system. You cannot sell anything in there. It's parallel our eco-label systems, bedding, mattresses, ceramics, furniture, textile, as I mentioned in there. Especially nowadays, we have a negotiation process in UK, United Kingdom, the free trade agreement on the environmental subject in there. We have added just 1 month ago our low carbon, climate friendly, sustainable chain to United Kingdom and Turkey will use eco-label for environmental goods and services. It's part of us the new international agreement. And the other things about the visuals for eco-design systems. And we are preparing new COP31 panel in there, especially to GEN, Global Ecological Network, and UNEP 1 Planet Network consensus to an international UNFCCC's pavilion. We will take a perfect side event, especially the issue will focus on the sustainable finance, which you access the more green transition for as a tool, environment label systems and eco-design, and green public procurement systems. We are about to ready in this issue. Yes, that's all. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. SAVAŞ, for giving us a brief information. And next,
any questions I can answer?
Yeah, if you you can ask Mr. SAVAŞ questions about the environment. Okay, is there any questions? Okay, I cannot see any questions right now. Thank you again, Mr. SAVAŞ.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for
next, a broad member from PAGEV, the Turkish Plastic Industry Foundation. She will reframe the plastic sector's role around circularity, transparency, and traceability. Please welcome Yağmur Eroğlu.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Now, I'm trying to share my presentation.
Okay, we can see your presentation right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I think I can. I try to, okay, to understand the system.
No problem.
Okay. Distinguished guests, it's a great pleasure to be here today. I would like to kindly thank the Green Future Academy and its founder, Mrs. Nehida Tuna, and her team for their kind invitation to our foundation, PAGEV. Today, I would like to share with you the evolving role of plastics in the context of green transition. And more importantly, how transparency, traceability, and verification are becoming the key drivers of a truly circular future. This plastics and packaging industry, the plastics and packaging industry is not only a part of green development. When managed correctly, it can become one of its strongest accelerators. Thanks to its lightweight nature, durability, and resource efficiency, plastic is a critical material that reduces energy consumption, prevents food safe, and lowers carbon emissions. But success of the future depends on one key condition: if we can sustain the value within a truly circular system. Today, the focus is no longer just on production. It's about designing circularity from the very beginning, ensuring traceability through data, and building transparency across the entire value chain. And in this transformation, reliable verification mechanisms and certification systems are becoming essential because they ensure that sustainability claims are not just statements, but proven, measurable realities. Turkey, with its strong production capacity and evolving ecosystem, has a unique opportunity to play a leading role in this transformation. On the road to COP31, we have the chance not only to comply with global standards, but to shape them. Because the key to green transition is not simply changing materials, it's transforming systems. And the Turkish plastics industry, we are the 6th largest producer globally and the 2nd largest in Europe. As PAGEV, we are working to ensure that this powerful industry embraces green transformation as a core objective. Through our Green Transition and Recycling Association, PAGCEV, we organize the Replus Fair, and our goal is clear: the position Turkey as a regional hub for green transition and plastics recycling. How can I change the slide? Okay. Today, however, the global context is changing rapidly, as natural resources are being depleted and the effects of climate change become visible in our daily lives, the European Union took a major step in 2015 by launching the Circular Economy Action Plan. This was followed by the EU Plastics Strategy in 2018, which triggered a series of regulatory transformations. Since then, we have seen continuous updates and new regulations. The revision of the Packaging and Packaging Waste Directive as a regulation, the introduction of Single-Use Plastics Directive, measures to restrict microplastics, and new requirements to prevent pallet loss. We have also seen policies addressing bio-based, biodegradable, and compostable plastics. But perhaps the most impactful development has been the revision of the Packaging and Packaging Waste Regulation. With the revision of the PPWR, new rules have been introduced to improve the recyclability. And the new legislation includes EU-wide requirements such as waste prevention, reuse obligations, labeling requirements to avoid greenwashing, and the implementation of mandatory deposit return systems, DRS, for certain types of packaging, starting from 2028. But the most critical requirement is this: all packaging must be recyclable, and not just theoretically, but in practice and at a scale. After a transition period, packaging that is not separately collected, that negatively affects recycling process, or that cannot produce high quality secondary raw materials will no longer be allowed on the market. Packaging will be classified from the A to C based on recyclability performance, and anything below 70% recyclability will be phased out after 2030. And from 2035 onwards, recyclability must be demonstrated at a scale, meaning it must recyclable for at least 55% of the EU population. And it's also important to underline that compostable packaging will not be considered recyclable, and importantly, the existing exemption for contact-sensitive packaging will expire by 2035. And recyclability must be confirmed by independent third-party certification bodies. And in this context, certification is not based on only laboratory analysis. It's not a matter of taking a sample from a piece of packaging, testing it, and deciding that is recyclable or not. Because what really determines recyclability is how that packaging behaves within a real recycling system, a recycling facility, a recycling process. In practice, packaging doesn't arrive at a recycling factory facility as a clean, isolated piece of material. It comes with its cap, its labels, the adhesive used for the label, and often with residues of the product inside. And each of these components has an impact on the recycling process. That's why we need to look at all these elements together, not separately, to understand if the package is truly recyclable. And in addition to recyclability, another major requirement is the mandatory use of recycled content. For example, as you see on the slide, contact-sensitive PET packaging must reach 30% recycled content by 2030 and 50% by 2040. For non-PET contact-sensitive packaging, the targets are 10% by 2030 and 25% 2040. Single-use beverage bottles must reach 30% by 2030 and 65% by 2040. And for all other plastic packaging, the targets go up to 35% and 65%. And importantly, this recycled content must come from post-consumer plastic waste. It needs to be household waste. And bio-based materials do not count towards these targets. And all of this must be verified. Again, recycled content must be confirmed by independent third-party certification bodies. Okay. Okay. We also see similar change in other sectors. For example, the end-of-life vehicles regulation has been revised. Vehicles must now be designed for recyclability, and at least 15% of the plastics used in new vehicles must come from recycled sources, and again, it should be post-consumer recycling. And under the waste shipment regulation and EU plastic packaging texts, there are also mandatory recycled content obligations. Waste shipment regulation now from I think it will start May 2027. And companies importing waste in Europe must prove traceability and quality assurance systems through third-party certification. And in countries like Spain and the United Kingdom, plastic packaging taxes are already in force. In Spain, for example, a tax of approximately 450 euros per ton is applied now. And unless the recycled content is certified through an accredited system, such as EN 15343, which is a standard on plastics and plastics recycling traceability and recycled content. So also the exporters needs these kind of certifications. And so what does all of these mean? It means we are entering a new era, an era where sustainability is not declared but demonstrated. Until recently, many of these requirements were based on voluntary declarations, but this has led to a major challenge, greenwashing. According to European Commission study in 2020, over 53% of environmental claims in the EU market were found to be unclear, misleading, or not supported by evidence. As a result, the Green Claims Directive was introduced in 2024. Under this directive, environmental claims must be transparent, verifiable, and supported by third-party validation. And consumers will be able to access this information through tools such as QR codes or URL links. So today is no longer enough for companies to comply. They must also prove compliance. And this is exactly where we, as PAGEV, have taken a strategic step. By joining forces with Certulup, we have established an independent third-party certification system that verifies recycling claims. Certulup is an EU-accredited certification program focused on traceability in plastic recycling, based on standards such as EN 15343 and ISO 22095. ISO 22095 is a standard for a chain of custody model. And we need to look all the chain of custody from the waste to goods. The launch of Certoloop, which supports the Turkish plastics industry in overcoming barriers to entering the EU market, was carried out by the President of the European Plastics Converters Association, UPC. And Certoloop is also the only certification program from outside the EU that is a member of Polycert Europe, the umbrella organization of recycling certification bodies in Europe. Let me briefly explain the Certoloop recycled plastic traceability certification programs. The key point here, is this. Recycled content is in a product cannot be reliably determined through testing or laboratory analysis alone. That is why our approach focuses on physical traceability. Under the Certoloop system, we follow international or recognized standards such as an EN 15343, which ensures the traceability, quality assurance, and calculation of recycled plastic content. In addition, in line with ISO 22095, we apply a full chain of custody approach, covering the entire journey from waste to final product. So what do these certification programs actually deliver? First, they verify the origin of the waste and clearly distinguish between pre-consumer and post-consumer materials. Second, they ensure full traceability throughout the entire process, from waste input to final product output. Third, they calculate the recycled content as a measurable and verifiable percentage. And finally, they provide us. Sorry. My daughter. And then, this is Sunday morning. I need 2
Yeah,
minutes.
it's
Yeah,
pretty normal.
sorry.
No problem.
Okay, yiyebilir. She wants to eat ice cream. So sorry. Oh, where's my slide?
You have 5 minutes left, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I have 2 slides, but the kids. I couldn't find my okay. Now it's okay, right? Okay. Sorry again.
No problem.
Where okay. Now I need to take my notes. Okay. Finally, our certification systems, they calculate the recycled content as a measurable and verifiable percentage. And finally, they provide a clear and credible indication of environmental performance. And in short, these systems transform recycled content from a claim into something that is traceable, measurable, and fully verifiable. I don't know why it's my slide has a problem. It's not change. Now I stop the share and I will share again. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, now it's works. Now we have 3 main certification systems. One is for the recycled content, and the other one is for recycling process, and the last one is recyclability. But so what the recycled content certificate shows the percentage of recycled plastics within a finished product. And the recycling process certificate is issued to recycling facilities, and it verifies both the traceability and the quality assurance of the recycling process from waste to a recycled raw material. And finally, the recyclability certificate, full aligned with PPWR requirements, indicates the recyclability performance of packaging from Class A to Class C. So, what do we actually audit within the CertiLoop system? Our approach is built on a full chain of custody perspective. This means we do not only look at the final product, we assess the entire system from input to output. And importantly, this is not a desk-based exercise. All assessments are carried out through on-site audits based on 12 months of retrospective and operational data. And the certification must be renewed annually.
I think there's a
Tires
problem.
are selected
Oh, yeah.
and verified, and whether all our incoming materials meet defined requirements. Because without reliable inputs, there is no reliable traceability. We then move to operations and traceability. At this stage, we focus on stock management, production processes, and how output composition is defined. This is where traceability is actually implemented and maintained throughout the production system. Finally, we come to control and verification, which is the most critical part. This includes output requirements, control over subcontracted production, and most importantly, volume reconciliation. What do we mean by that? We systematically verify all inputs, process flows, outputs, sales and stock levels on a batch by batch basis. And we check full backward traceability from the final product all the way back to the waste input. This ensures that the declared recycled content is fully consistent with the actual material flows with the system. In other words, that is claimed must exactly match what has been processed. In short, we ensure that every sustainability claim is backed by a fully controlled traceability and verifiable system. And now, let me conclude with a clear message. Our companies will face an increasing number of obligations in the fight against climate change, and especially today, when our largest export market, the European Union, is effectively exporting regulation. We are entering a new era, an era where your certificate speaks for you. It's no longer enough to comply. You must be able to track it, verify it, and prove it. And in this context, the most important step we must take as a country is clear. We must make traceability mandatory across the entire plastics value chain, because it's no longer enough to simply recycle. We must track it, we must measure it, and we must prove it. Thank you.
Transparency and traceability as industry-driven tools rather than just regulatory obligations. That reframing is worth sitting with. Thank you for your message, and thank you again, Ms. Eroğlu.
Thank you.
And our third speaker is a professor of environmental engineering at Istanbul University in Cerrahpaşa. She will speak on industrial emissions and greenhouse gases, sources, measurement, and policy implementations. Please welcome Professor Ülkü, ALVER, ŞAHİN.
Hello. Hello again.
Hey.
Could you please obligation of the sharing?
Let me find it.
It's fine, I think.
Oh yeah,
Have you
we
seen?
can see. Yeah, we can see the presentation.
Okay, fine. First of all, I would like to say I thank you everyone because attending for this sunny Sunday morning, and also I would like to thank all the Green Development Summit team organizing the program. And also I would like to thank Nehide Tuna to invite me for this presentation. In my presentation, I want to present the different part of the climate change, because the air pollution and the greenhouse gas is very implemented each other. So I'm trying to express air pollution and greenhouse gas relationship in my presentation. Can you see my change? No,
Yes, we can see your sharing site now.
I can't see it,
Oh,
but I can't see my change.
maybe you need
Sorry
to
about
change the screen.
this.
Oh, no problem.
Stop. Maybe we can
Yeah, share again.
again.
Okay, can
Could
you
we
see it now?
see now?
Yes, we
Could
can
we
see it.
now? But can you see this? Yeah, of course. Can you see my second slide now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is my presentation flow. I'm going to explain climate change, first of all, and then I want to describe air pollutant, greenhouse gas, and especially the emerging pollutant importance, and then their source, policies, regulation, and mitigation issues. And at the end of my presentation, I would like to present our main, some of our projects related to the air pollution and greenhouse gas issues. First of all, we need to start ask this question: what is the climate change? The main mechanism affecting climate are incoming solar radiation from sun, reflecting radiation from earth, and long-wave radiation into the atmosphere. These radiation flow normally work in balance, but if the greenhouse gas are more than normal level in the atmosphere, they cover the earth and absorb the long-wave scattered radiation and hit the atmosphere and earth. Climate change refers to long-term change in temperature and weather pattern, especially the time should be at least 100 years. These changes are mainly caused by human activities, especially by burning of fossil fuels, which increase greenhouse gas concentration in the atmosphere. These graphs show climate change signs observed in the world. Maybe you can see a lot of presentation showing these graphs. All we know that there is a rising global temperature, melting glacier, sea level rise, and more frequent extreme weather events such as heat waves and floods. Currently, global average atmospheric carbon dioxide level is approximately 425 ppm, and temperature deviation or anomaly is up to 1.4, but in 2024 year, this was 1.5. To understand climate change, we need to understand what is in the air. The atmosphere is the mixture of gas, primarily nitrogen and oxygen, but also include trace gases that are very important. Carbon dioxide is approximately 0.04%, and the other contributions are both in air pollutants and greenhouse gases. These components come from both natural sources, such as oceans and forests, and human activities, such as transportation, energy production, and industry. This figure shows the main component of air. These are very important, but not all of them, all these. Air pollutants are classified, we are classified as air pollution scientists, classified air pollutant, mainly the dust and gas, based on their physical state. And as primary and secondary pollutant, this classification is based on their formation in the atmosphere. You can see some parameter marked in red, some parameter marked in yellow. Red pointed parameter is the criterion air pollutant parameter. The regulation has this limit value in the atmosphere, protecting the human health and protecting the ecosystem. The market parameter as yellow, showing the greenhouse gas affected, climate affected greenhouse gas or climate affected air pollution. You can see the complex process of the atmosphere. Some parameter important for air pollution, some parameter important for greenhouse gas, but the sum of them important for both of the issue. These are new parameter titled. What is the short-lived climate forces? Short-lived climate forces have been the focus of researchers in recent years due to their significant impact on both public health and climate change. These include pollutants like black carbon, tropospheric ozone, ammonia, methane, such that all sources of them are similar to greenhouse gas and air pollutant, but the effect may be more. IPCC work on the methodology report on them for calculating as same as greenhouse gas in carbon reports. It will probably be published 2027 year. You can see two main figures showing climate change and air pollution main issues. The most important greenhouse gas are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Each greenhouse gas has a different lifetime and warming potential, which is why we often use carbon dioxide equivalent to compare them. We calculate carbon emission or carbon footprint to find the climate effect of any activities using emission inventory methodology by IPCC. But authority should monitor the criterion air pollutants in the atmosphere for human and ecosystem health and show the result in community as an air quality index. Approximately 8 million people die every year related to air pollution issues. If you compare greenhouse gas and air pollutant source, effect, and mitigation technology, we can see clearly they are all the same or mostly the same or similar. This clearly shows that we need to address these two issues together. The figure on the left side show global greenhouse gas source. I think you know all of them, this figure. While the right one is the new greenhouse gas emission inventory result in Turkey for 2024. The primary source of greenhouse gas is, of course, energy. Approximately 75% contribution of all the greenhouse gas. Industrial process account 15% of greenhouse gas. In Turkey, it is the second important sector of the greenhouse gas emission. It is important, I think. Climate change is a global issue. We know that requires international action. Maybe I think you listen a lot. You listen much about international activity, international regulation of the greenhouse gas or climate change. So I don't want to explain more than. Paris Agreement is a key framework. Its main goal is to limit global temperature rise up to 1.5 degree. To achieve this, global emission must reach net zero by around mid-century. This requires strong commitment, technological innovation, and international cooperation. Turkey has taken on a very important role by assuming the presidency of COP31. Turkey is doing important step in the climate policy during this framework. We aim to reduce emission with approximately 41% by 2035 compared to the business as usual scenario. Recently, new regulations such as climate law and emission trading system have been introduced. These slides show the sorry about the Turkish name, show the Turkey regulations for air pollutant control. Some regulation reflecting the emission control strategy, some is the emission control strategy. Emission is the source point source related. Emission is the ambient air regulation. But I don't want to express all of them, but I want to focus on the new regulation. It is the endüstriyel emisyonların yönetmeliği or industrial emission management regulation. This is the important one, is the National Industrial Emission Regulation, aiming on monitoring, controlling, and reducing industrial emission. The Environmental Ministry will categorize the industry based on these activities, giving the green transition certification. There is also an increasing emphasis on green transformation and sustainable production practice in industry. This is the important, I think this is the important regulation. All the best available technology industry, I think, should be implemented best available technology on your production system to get green transition certification in industry. However, an important question remains now. This is our current effort sufficient to achieve net zero target? Most analysts suggest that current commitments are not enough. There is still a significant gap between pledged reduction and what is required to meet climate goals. To close this gap, we need a range of technologies. These include renewable energy system, energy efficient improvements, electrification, and innovation industrial process. No single solution is sufficient. Multiple approach must be combined. Following the initial solution, implementing the initial solution, such as the renewable energy, electrification, or the electric efficiency, such that one of the main solutions maybe in the future could be carbon capture, utilization, and storage technology. Currently, only a very, very small fraction of global carbon dioxide emission is captured. Current technology. When we look at the planet project and capacity development, clearly show countries are developing this technology. Especially this country is the developed country, such as the United Kingdom, such as the USA, United Kingdom, and China. The main challenges of carbon capture implementation include high cost, energy requirement, and storage capacity. If there is an idea that could reduce these challenges, it might be considered all these challenges. Based on this knowledge, we are a researcher, we are academician, so we want to solve all this challenge. We want to solve all this problem. So our working group proposed a project which has awarded as first by the Ceramic Research Center and has also received support from university. The main objective of the project is to capture carbon dioxide emission from ceramic industry using waste material and to use the product as raw material within the same industry and recycle. We are aiming to recycling production with carbon capture technology. We continue to working on the lab scale pilot absorber to improve technology level of the idea. One of the key areas of research over the past decade has been the monitoring of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, especially in the urban atmosphere. As we know that cities are significant source of carbon and widespread monitoring is essential for planning to mitigation action. ECOS is a project funded by the European Union to monitor greenhouse gas over a wide spatial area. If you see the graph on the slides, gray box represents the Athens urban site carbon dioxide concentration. The others represent the rural or urban background carbon dioxide concentration. As we see that clearly differences, clearly high level in urban sites. For this monitoring, sensor technology has been trying to improve in the world because of the cost effective. So we conducted a small monitoring experience during the COVID time. We monitored the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere of Istanbul urban site during the COVID lockdown and non-lockdown period. A green line represents the COVID lockdown period, red line represents the non-lockdown period. You can see again clear differences between two issues, two situations. All this showing that we need to measure, we need to monitor carbon dioxide level such spot area. For example, near industrial pollution area, near environmental, near urban concentrated area, such that. Based on all this research, we developed a new project funded by Ülkü, Higher Education Council of Turkey, regarding the research university support system. The aim of this project is to develop a method for simultaneous monitoring greenhouse gas and air pollutant level in urban atmosphere using low-cost sensor and identify their sources. Low-cost sensor is very important because these are cost effective. These are cost effective, and we can locate them all of regionally widespread. The monitoring activity, our project monitoring activity, will start within 2 months, maybe. As a conclusion, what can we do? Of course, main solution, renewable energy, clean energy usage, deforestation, and energy efficient technology we need to use. We need to implement first of all. But technology improvement and implementation are very essential. Climate solution must move beyond the laboratory to become scalable and practical, and must be integrated into society in an equitable manner. Technology plays 2 critical roles here. First, enabling systems that will reduce carbon emission, such as clean energy storage, next generation batteries, carbon capture technology, and efficient electric transportation infrastructure. Second, developing smart and resilient systems to adapt the climate impact that are now inevitable. As I finish my presentation, I would like to take your attention to an important term described by the Professor Dr. Türker Kılıç. I like very much because the yaşamdaşlık, Turkish name is yaşamdaşlık, maybe the English name is coexistency. We believe this term, I think. Teşekkürler. Thank you.
The numbers and the science behind what we often discuss in policy terms, useful to have grounding. Thank you again, Ms. ŞAHİN.
Sure. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And the next speaker is an EU Climate Pact ambassador and sustainability consultant. He will offer a broader global framing on the causes, impacts, and solutions of global warming. Please welcome Apostol Penkov. Are you here, Mr. Penkov?
I think his battery is off.
Oh. Okay, so we can.
Yes,
okay,
let me take the floor. Let me take the floor to save time. Good morning, everybody, and I want to greet all of you and congratulate Ms. Nehide Tuna for this wonderful event before COP31 Antalya Summit. It is really an honor for me to address you all. I had a small problem with my presentation, but I will share it with the participants after my speech. I'll try to share it. But I shared a presentation to Ms. Nehide Tuna about our activities in COP16 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. If our friends can share it on screen, it will be useful for the people, for their visual needs. But my major presentation will be on our activities, because I'm representing private sector, and my name is Fatih Poyraz. I'm Director General of IMER Group based in Istanbul. We mostly operate in waste management, recycling, and renewable energy projects, as well as international business development. Apart from that, I am head of international relations of UCWEP, Union Council of World Electronic Press Council, which is an accredited NGO by UNCCD. So as my this NGO identity, I'd like to share some of our activities about this climate change. And in COP16, we were the only Turkish NGO representing Turkish nation as an NGO, and we had the chance to meet with many international organizations, non-governmental organizations in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We had many opportunities to sign MOUs with NGOs from Nigeria to Mongolia, from Saudi Arabia to United States. So we were very happy to see that Turkish experience is very, very important, because, you know, in 1990s in Ümraniye in Istanbul, there was a huge explosion because of the dump site of the waste of Istanbul. They were collected in a place in Ümraniye, and because of the gas accumulated, there was a huge explosion, and I think more than 20 people died at that sad event. And after that, Turkey has started to take precaution on managing the waste and environmental protection. And as a person grown up in Istanbul, I see this event as a starter of all these policies. And after that, Turkey has taken lots of steps in terms of technology and in terms of equipment development. And when coming to 2026, COP31 is now being organized in Turkey. This is an honor and a very big opportunity for all parties in this sector, like distinguished university professors, departments, environmental engineering departments, climate change, NGOs, and also university students, plus private sector operating in this field, and like sectoral organizations like PAGEV, like Madam Yağmur has very successfully presented activities. So Turkish experience is very valuable. What I got from the lesson of COP16 Riyadh, I felt, because we had a very big booth across China and GCC countries. Now they are very famous because of the war, but we have contacted all of them, and we have tried to tell them what Turkish universities, what Turkish government is doing regarding the combat against climate change and the certification. So we have many points, and I believe this is a very big opportunity for all stakeholders to represent their capacity to the globe. So I believe distinguished participants of this event, this summit, as well as the guests, we have to concentrate on expressing ourselves, exchanging our views and our projects in COP31 Antalya event, which will be a good opportunity for all of us. So I am now going to share some of our activities in COP61. So the Ministry of Environment had a booth in the summit, and then in this summit, in this booth, many people have come, and they have seen videos and also project presentations, and also discussions about the recent developments in Turkey, and also in the in United Nations platform. And you know, in COP16, there was a huge list of participants. 20,000 people from different countries have attended, and you can find the list of these COP61 participants in the links that I will share after my presentation. And there were also zones like green zone and blue zone, where people had very high level interactions, and these were also very interesting for us. So the exhibitors, academicians, businessmen, businesswomen, journalists, government officials, and NGOs, they have created a big value, and I believe in COP31 in Antalya, Turkey, this event is going to be a very big opportunity to create a value. And as Union of Council of World Electronic Council Press, we have signed MOUs with United States, India, Nigeria, Chad, Mali, Ivory Coast, Benin, Madagascar, Cameroon, Saudi Arabia, Niger, Zambia, South Africa, Malawi, Sudan, Kuwait, Mauritania, and Eritrea. And this experience, I think, is very important for others to be motivated. And I believe the process to start for applications in COP31 summit have started, and I hope we will have a good opportunity also as private sector, as universities, and also the NGOs to show our ability, our capacity about this climate change. And I want to thank all of you, and I'm very honored to be a part of this event. I'm sorry I could not share my presentations.
About that, by the way,
Yes.
I got the PDF. If you want, I can share for you.
Yes, you can. No, I don't want to. Just we can share it. You can keep it in your records. I want to finalize my sentences.
Okay.
And so COP31, and you know, COP31 website is very interesting. I also invite all of you to check that website, and even the applications have started. As UCWEP, we are also in contact with the government, and there will be blue zone and green zone. So let's apply to show our capacity, and let us show our intention to be integrated. And I tell you once more, we have a very huge experience in terms of theoretical experience and practical experience, and these are very valuable. Believe me, for example, we have started a project in COP16 after those meetings. Just we were inspired by those meetings, and we have started to launch a project planting 1 million palm dates in developing 8 countries. And then after that meeting, we applied the 8 secretariat, which is located in Istanbul, and we have made a virtual meeting with the participation of maybe more than 1,000 participants. So there will be very good outcomes, and let us get very well prepared. And I once again want to thank Madam Nehide Tuna, Ms. Tuna, and also Mr. Cantekin Öztürk, the kind and professional moderator, and all the organizing team and all the participants for creating such a good value ahead of COP31. And looking forward to meeting all of you in COP31 summit in Antalya. And I want to thank again, and have a nice and perfect Sunday with your families. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Mr. Fatih Poyraz. And let me find it. Okay, our next speaker, a professor of environmental engineering at Mersin University and founder and director of Biomar Engineering. She will speak on turning waste into bioplastic, material level response to the climate crisis. Please welcome Professor Duygu Bilgen.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, welcome. I want to share my presentation. So I think you should give me some permission. Yes.
Okay, let me check. I just want to check the permissions. Okay. We can see your screen right now.
Thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here today. And I will talk about plastic sector and rethinking materials in the climate crisis. But first of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Duygu Bilgen. I'm the professor at Mersin University Department of Environmental Engineering. And I am also the founder and director of the Biomer Engineering. So I would like to start with a simple but uncomfortable fact. Plastic production is not decreasing. It's increasing steadily and globally. In Turkey alone, plastic production has reached nearly 10 million tons per year, with continuous growth and a market size exceeding about $40 billion. So despite all sustainability discussion, despite recycling efforts, despite global awareness, we are still producing more fossil fuels, plastics every year. And we are producing more and more, actually. And this brings as a critical question. Are we really solving the problem or just managing its consequences? Because what we call a plastic problem is not actually a waste problem. It's a kind of production system, a system that is economically optimized to produce, use, and discharge fossil-based materials with, of course, with a high carbon footprint. And within this system, it's kind of linear economy. You can see that, and the system is economically optimized just for produce, use, and discharge. So, and within this system, recycling alone is not the solution anymore. So we can say that traditional plastics is directly linked with the climate crisis. The fossil fuel-based plastics, we can say that. Because it's a fossil carbon system. And this current trends continue. I cannot change my, it's okay. This is the fossil carbon system. And if this current trends continue, plastics are expected to consume a significant share of the global carbon budget by 2050. Because they are releasing lots of carbon dioxide. But there is another dimension of its own overlooked, like exposure. This is you can see in here actually the linear system, linear economy. So we can produce the fossil fuel-based plastics, and we are using, and it turns to the waste actually. But after that, of course, there's another problem: the exposure. So we can say that microplastics is no longer just in oceans; it's in water, it's in our food, even in human body anymore. So we are asking the wrong questions because we are asking how do we manage plastic waste better? But the question must be, how do we redesign materials and the process to eliminate dependency of the fossil-based plastics actually? Instead of focusing waste management, we should focus on material transformation. So my group is working on this approach actually. So our approach is based on 3 principles. First of all, we are using industrial waste as a raw material. Second, we are developing fully, 100% biodegradable materials. And third, we are trying to reducing direct human exposure, especially for vulnerable groups like children. Let me give you two examples about our project. Actually, first of all, the first one is the bioplastic films. We are working on producing some bioplastics films from waste. We are using the fish scale waste actually, and this fish scale waste comes from the fish can industry, and also food processing industry waste we are also using, and converting into 100% biodegradable films. So we are using this one also regular extruder packaging machinery. Why this is important? Because when we convert some industrial waste to the 100% bioplastics films, we are actually reducing the carbon footprint about 70%, because the conventional fossil-based plastic films like PE and PP, we know that it's about 2 or 3 kilogram carbon dioxide equivalent for per kilogram material actually. So and also packaging is the one of the largest sources of the plastic leakage into the environment, we can say that. And there's we just talked about the problem and the solution. One of the biggest challenges in packaging, especially the food packaging, is transparency, because customer wants to see in the product, of course. And our solution is replace the conventional plastic windows on the packaging system. You can see some sandwich packages and also some dry food packages. You can see the plastic windows, and this is right now actually we are using the fossil-based plastic films, but we should change this one. And we change at our project actually using waste, industrial waste, converting to the 100% bioplastic films. So same function, different material, and of course no plastic, no fossil plastics inside that. I can talk about the second example of our project, from our projects. It's a ecological Play-Doh. It's a completely plastic-free, food-grade Play-Doh for children. Now, this may sound like a small product, but it addressed a critical issue, because children are one of the most vulnerable groups when it comes to chemicals and microplastic exposure. And yet, their first interaction with materials is often plastics. Almost all the children's first toy is made with plastics. So we want to change that, and we worked on a different Play-Doh. First of all, we changed the packaging system. So almost all the Play-Dohs comes with plastic packages. So in this project, we changed the packages with the metal package, and also worked on the inside of the Play-Doh. So we convert the Play-Doh at a compostable one. So of course we reduce the carbon footprint for disposal at the same time. So we can see that no plastic packaging and 100% compostable, all the natural ingredients inside that, because we should save the children from another chemicals also. These examples may seem in a small scale, but they represent a different way of thinking. So we want to sectors become resilient into the face of the climate crisis. But in this case, we need to rethink not only how we produce, but what we produce. Actually, more importantly is what we choose not to produce anymore. We can choose, we can change the processes, we can change inside the processes, and we can just rethink inside that and reducing the carbon footprint easily. To conclude, we do not just need better recycling system. We need fewer fossil materials in the system. And of course, that requires some collaboration between industry, academia, and policymakers, and also some associations like PAGEV. So, like I said before, we do not optimize the existing system, but we do redesign it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I can reply it.
With a materialist scene, a reminder that the transition happens at the molecular level too, not just the policy level. Thank you again, Ms. Bilgen. I would like to give a word to Mr. Fatih Poyraz, if he's here. Can you hear me, Mr. Poyraz? Okay. Let me share your presentation for you. Your microphone is turned off, by the way.
Sorry. Okay. So, hi again. I want to take the floor to complete my presentation with visual slides. So I will request Mr. Cantekin to support me. As I told you, we are an accredited UNCCD NGO, and okay, so with this profile, we are trying to interconnect all the related parties from the globe to create awareness on renewable energy, waste management, and climate change preparedness, plus combat against desertification. And so this is a tough and high mission, and so we have to concentrate on, and we have to create platforms that we can exchange views, and we can exchange our expectations, needs, and our capacities with the counterparts. So these types of events and summits and platforms are very useful for the development of new projects, new ideas, and so I will check this. I will check this. Check this presentation just a second time.
I already shared my screen, by the way.
I think, yes, I'm trying to see it, but there's a problem with my computer, I think.
Okay.
So
wait a sec. Oh, it's my bad. Sorry. Right now, I think you can see it.
Okay. Okay. Let me continue from my screen. That's safer.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you want me to close my screen, or?
No. You can you can continue, you can go on. So I want to share just my slides with the distinguished participants. Okay. So as I stated in my previous session, Turkey has implemented significant projects and developed capacity in the field of environmental issues through public, private sector, and civil society organizations, and has accumulated a qualified level of knowledge in terms of both human resources and technology. And this is very valuable for the interest of the globe, and each and every party must feel this value and work accordingly. And I believe this COP31 is a crucial opportunity to share this knowledge and awareness with the local and global NGOs. And also, I believe there are many success stories, even in the globe and even in Turkey, universities, NGOs, public-private partnerships, and even private initiatives, companies, SMEs. There are many success stories, and these stories must be exchanged in serious platforms like this. And I once again reiterate that COP31 is going to be a good place to show our performance and to pave the way for new collaborations with the globe. Our association, I want to say a few words on our association. The World Electronic E-Press Council Association was founded in 2014 by a presidential decree. So it's a special association established with a presidential decree, and it has been established by our founding president, Mr. Hasan Taşkın. He is now the chief editor of New Ankara internet news portal, New Ankara, Yeni Ankara, and he lives in Ankara at the moment, and a very experienced journalist. And with his great experience and network, our association has reached many contacts, not only in Turkey but in the globe. So it's an advantage for us, as he's a journalist, and we have very good contacts with the Climate Change Authority of Turkey, and also we have now climbing the stairs of connecting with international counterparts. Our association's management includes journalists, social media experts, communicators, and telecommunications specialists, as well as businessmen like me, and also academicians who are working on this field. And we make interviews with authorities and also create awareness. This is also our main mission, and also raising the level of expertise in the internet and social media fields through training programs, conferences, academic publications, doctoral theses, and promotional films are one of our major goals. Our association is a member of the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, UNCCD. You can check the link and see our accreditation. And also, as I told you, we were one of the invitees, the only invitee of COP16 summit, which was organized in Riyadh as an NGO. And thank God we have successfully, we believe that we successfully represented Turkey and the Turkish NGOs operating in climate change sector in Riyadh. and have signed more than 25 MOUs with the international NGOs. And you can also check the links that I have shared in the presentation for further information for the interviews and for the counterpart NGOs. And we are now working on 1 million palm date plantation project with a Nigerian association, Global Environmental and Climate Conservation Initiative, GECCI. And we have made our first meeting last year, and now we are working on the second phase of the project. But because of this war issue and global tensions, things are going slower, but we are keeping our hope and our decisive action spirit. We are going to finalize this project and go into implementation. As you know, the 8 countries are located, the secretariat is located in Istanbul, and the 8 has transformed to D9 by the addition of Azerbaijan. So it's a population of more than 1 billion people in the world. So the success is going to be a success, a test for the rest of the world. So we are working on this project seriously. And our contact details and our profiles are listed and in the links shared in the presentation. So for further information and for further discussions, we will be very happy to be connected with each of the participants to find how we can cooperate and how we can move our country, our vision, our targets to a better step. And thanks once again listening to me in this Sunday. And I want to thank again to the organizers of this event. And thank you so much. And I wish you health, happiness, and good luck in your future life. Thank you so much. Mr. Cantekin?
Oh, okay, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for your valuable information. And closing our 5th session, our 5th speaker is an EU Climate Pact ambassador and sustainability consultant. He will offer a broader global framing on the causes, impacts, and solutions of global warming. Please welcome Apostol Penkov.
Hello, I'm sorry for being a bit late. It's a bit of a hectic situation around Varna right now. A lot of traffic, and I was stuck in traffic here. Sorry.
Especially Sunday.
I'm sorry I skipped the session so far. I hope it went well. Let me share my screen. Oh, it says the host isn't allowing you sharing this meeting. Is there any way to share my screen?
Yes, I will give you the permission. Wait a sec. Nihit Hocam, burada mısınız acaba? I don't have the permission right now. if I can reach to Miss Nehide Tuna.
I still get this error.
Hocam rica etsem Bay Penkov'a şey verebilir misiniz yayın açması için?
It says sharing is not turned on. The host isn't allowing sharing for this
Yeah,
meeting.
the host will give you the permission. Sorry for waiting.
Okay. Yeah, now I got it.
Okay.
Okay, let me see this. So, so I have around 20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, it's around 20 minutes.
Okay. So great to see you all, and great to be here. My name is Apostol Penkov, and I'm a European Climate Pact Ambassador for Bulgaria, and also Eco Cluster Bulgaria Chairman. And what I want to talk about today is why do we need to make these changes so urgently? And all my presentation is backed up with serious scientific data, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will stay. I hope I will leave a few minutes for some questions afterwards. So why are we actually so concerned about limiting the emissions? If you see here, this graph is showing 800,000 years in history. This is data by NASA. It's not something I picked out of my fingers. You see here that for this past long period of time, emissions never exceeded 300 ppm, which is parts per million. And you can see here where Homo sapiens appeared. So we're talking about a huge amount of time until the 50s of the last century, where, you know, industrial revolution, a lot of things are being built using steam, coal, oil, and gas. And we see that at this period of time, this skyrockets to about 420 ppm. And I want to discuss in detail why this happened and how we can, what is the way ahead in front of us. So we can see here, next slide, a link between the emissions and also global temperature. We can see throughout history this these two are actually following each other. And in case we're going up here now, we're expecting about 3.5 to 4 degrees Celsius increase by the end of this century. So we're not talking about 200, 300 years, we're talking about 80 years. This data is being provided by a lot of credible sources like UN, like Climate Interactive, like IPCC, where they measure these details all the time. And we have to understand that by 2040, this is not only, we're not talking about only climate impact, but also financial and economic impact. We can see that according to The Guardian, the climate-related disasters are expected to rise to about over 300 billion per year. This is not a one-off event. This is every year we continue to spend money in order to survive, really. And what are the cause? What is the cause of these? You can see that these are the emissions by source. So we can see coal, oil, and gas, as I already said, are the main drivers for it. So you can see after the 50s, with the Industrial Revolution, how these are skyrocketing. And am I going too fast, or it's okay?
No, it's completely okay.
If you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me so I can go deep into it. Yeah. So what will happen if we don't limit global warming as soon as possible? This is a map. This is data coming from Climate Central. What on their website you can see a wide range of places on Earth, which show how different cities near the ocean or the seas are being impacted by this huge water inflow due to the melting of the melting of all the glaciers. So you can see this New Orleans today, and this is how New Orleans will look when 3 to 4 degrees Celsius the temperature increase. So I'm going to go back. You're going to see this huge amount of flooding that will happen and to impact millions of people. There's a map of New York. This is New York today, as you know it. And this is what will look like with 4 degrees Celsius. This is London with 4 degrees warming. House of Parliament is flooded. You can see Shanghai, and basically you can see a lot of places on Earth, but I don't want to go that deep into that. You can check this yourself when you open the Climate Central website. So, which are the main? We're looking here for high impact solutions. We don't want to make like small changes that will eventually adapt this whole situation. We want to make a very bold and decisive action in order to limit this. And these are the sources of emissions worldwide. This data is coming from IEA and Climate Watch and also the World Resource Institute. You can see all goes around energy, to be honest. So when we're talking about energy, we have fuel exploration. This is a big source. We have transportation. We all know. Actually, I have some details here about the transportation. Actually, cars and trucks amount for like 12% of all emissions. Planes are about 2%, and ships 1.7%. So you can see the high impact solution here is limiting cars and trucks with, of course, limiting other sources as well. So, as I said, power is the main source. Like you see, fuel exploration, transport, industrial combustion. So this is a really big industry that has to be very focused on providing renewable sources of energy and trying to limit the oil, gas, and coal industries as soon as possible. So I want to go here into what can we actually do as day-to-day real life impact solutions. So we are common people, which we don't have access to these big decisions which are made in Washington, in Brussels, and other cities which impact a lot of these conditions. So what we can do here is we have a framework which is called the 5 R's, which we in our daily life we can try and implement as much as possible. So this is very big topic, and we do a lot of education with all kinds of stakeholders like students and also institutions and municipalities. But the high level overview is like, first you need to refuse consumption, then reduce it, then try to reuse what you already ordered. The other way is to reform it. So when you already have something, you kind of adjust it so that you can use it in a different scenario. And the last step of this is recycling. And each one of these steps, we have a framework of very specific examples of how we can do this and what exactly we need to do in order to limit our impact on the environment. But if you scan this QR code, you can see a lot of links to our social media. If you want to explore these in more detail, you can get in touch with us. And one more thing I want to show is the En-ROADS climate simulator, which is it here in Turkish? Yes, it's here in Turkish. So this tool is developed by MIT in the US and also the NGO Climate Interactive. And what this tool is doing is it's showing you all the things that impact the climate. And here on the right, we have temperature increase up to year 2100. And using this tool, we can engage a wide area, wide level of participants to engage and to not only talk about this issue but see what actually matters. So you can see the easiest way to do is to get a carbon tax. So a carbon tax of $120 per ton. This is something what Norway and Sweden is already doing. If we all people on Earth, we meet in the UN and we say, okay, we're all going to do this. You can see, but oh, no, not this one. Sorry, my Turkish is not that advanced, so I got it wrong. 1 second. Yes, this one. So carbon tax of $120 per ton. You can see this huge impact that we are experiencing, but we need to do more in order to hit the Paris Climate Agreement, which aims for at least 2 degrees Celsius. You can see here. Let me see where exactly it is. Oh yeah, it's this one. These are the UN goals we set for 2030 that we need to hit in order to make limiting global warming to 2 degrees Celsius plausible at all. So using this tool, you can actually explore different ways of actually impacting these temperatures, and not only temperature, but also. Sorry, I'm going to switch it to English because I find it difficult to switch the different.
No problem. Feel free to change the language.
Yeah. So what you can do also is after you're done with this setting, but in each one of these, you can go into the next level of detail. So you can click here and like dig really into it and see what actually makes a difference. But what is interesting is after you're done with all the changes, you can come here and you can see impact. So you can see air pollution from energy. You can see that we're actually breathing clear air when we introduce these actions. It's not only about pollution, it's also about deaths from extreme heat. You can see we're decreasing all these other factors. And also very interesting thing that you can see here is sea level rise, which is showing you a map. There is type of a Google Earth type of map, which is showing you which areas you're actually saving with your actions. You can see here, there are some areas like the Netherlands and the UK, which are being flooded really seriously. And yeah, so you can use this tool to engage a wide area of stakeholders and have real discussions. So I'm going to go back into this so that you can scan this QR code or go to ecocluster.bg. And we're looking forward to hearing from you, and we want to assist you with your climate-related goals. Thank you.
Thank you again. Do we have any questions?
Mr. Penkov, would it be possible for you to share your presentation so I can access the data maybe I can miss?
Well, I'm actually sorry, but I've built this presentation for the past 5 years, and it's having a lot of different things that I don't think it's a good idea to share it externally. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Do we have any questions?
So how was the meeting so far? Like, what did I miss?
The meeting was quite well. We talk about different kinds of subjects, and we've been with Orhan Cem SAVAŞ. We talked about green transition. Actually, it requires and we talked about green transition, and it's not just in principle, but in certification and compliance term. And then Ms. Eroğlu, Yağmur Eroğlu, talked about transparency and transparency, and it was transparency and transparency as industry-driven tools rather than just regularity allocations that reforming is worth sitting with. And then we talked with, we listened Ms. Ülkü ve ŞAHİN, and he talked about policy terms. She talked about policy terms, and we listened Mr. Fatih Poyraz, and he talked about the COP process from the side and the NGOs perspective.
Okay.
And then before you, Ms. Duygu Bilgen talked about material science and the transition happens at the molecular level too, not just the policy level. And then we have you, Mr. Penkov. And I can say a broader frame to situate everything we have heard this morning, causes, impacts, and the gap between the two. And that brings our fifth session to a close. This morning we moved through a lot of ground: industrial transformation, material science, emissions, regulatory frameworks, global climate policy. What tied it together was a consistent thread, the gap between where we are and where we need to be, and different ways sectors are trying to close it. And on behalf of Nehida Tuna and the entire team, I want to extend our sincere thanks to every speaker who joined us this morning, and to all of you for being here. And I think we will pick that thread up again at 2 p.m. with our sixth and final session, broader geographies, different actors, same direction. And we will take a short break, and we will see you back here shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much for collaboration, for everything.
You're welcome.
Thank you.